Hi there, this is Cyril Nakalanga, and welcome to another exciting tutorial about artificial intelligence. This tutorial is brought to you by STEMPedia, and today we're going to dive into this Python program that calculates interest on a principal amount. So we'll break down its line of code and explain how it works. So if you're ready and ready to learn new programming language, let's get started. The first line is the sprite object named Toby. Sprite is a placeholder that handles input and output interaction. It's also a way for us to interact with the user input and the entire program. So in line 3, we define a function called interest calculator that takes three parameters, the principal, rate, and time. Inside this function, we perform a simple interest calculation using the formula amount. So it's equal to principal times rate times time divided by the 100. And this formula returns and calculates the amounts of interest and based on the principal amount, interest rate, and the time period, which is the year. Moving on in line 7 and 8, so we start interacting with the user. We prompt the user to enter the principal amount using sprite.input. This is where our custom interaction class comes into play. The value entered by the user using sprite.answer is then captured and stored in the principal variable, which is float. Continuing in line 10 and 11, we ask the user to input the interest rate. The provided value is captured, converted to a float, and assigned to rate variable. Lastly, in line 13 and 14, we prompt the user again to enter time, which is the year. So the input again is captured, converted, and assigned to a time variable. And finally, we are going to display the result. So we use the sprite.say. This is a method to show the calculated amount of the interest. Now the program calls the function interest calculator. So it computes the provided input, which is the principal rate and time, and then it displays the answer. Then the number to the end of this line is a duration where we're going to display the amount or the computed interest in about 2 seconds. Now we've been broken, we've been all the lines of code. Let us run the program with some simple input and see what it does. Let's assume run. The user enter 1000 and then the rate is 5% and the period about 2 years. So as we execute this program, we calculated an interest of 1100. And now you have seen and we dissected this Python program line by line, diving into each step and concept. You've seen how the user interact with this sprite that input and then using the function interest calculator. So now feel free to experiment with different inputs and see how the program reacts. Now, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget also to hit the subscribe and the notification bell for you to be able to um, get all those exciting more coding tutorials.